What's going on, guys? I know it's been a few days since I put up a video, had a couple of subs leave the channel. To all those 958 subs who stuck it out, I thank y'all very much for staying, because I really do appreciate each and every sub that I get. With that being said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, thumbs down if you dislike it. And if you really like it, please subscribe to the channel, because that is what helps me out the most. And when you sub to the channel, hit that notification bell. That way you can get updated when I drop the newest content like this. So every day we're getting more and more news about why Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder isn't going to happen. Tyson Fury's not looking to stay stagnant. He's looking to get a fight, and he wants to fight here pretty soon. He's trying to target December 5th as his fight date. He wants to fight this guy right here in that picture that you see, Agit Kabayel. Now, a lot of people might not know who he is, but he is a decent fighter. I would not say he's a top 10 world ranked fighter, but he does have the EBU European heavyweight title, and he won the WBA, I believe it was the WBA Continental heavyweight title. So he's got both those belts, which are lesser belts, but at least he's got belts. And his greatest win is over Chisora. So Derek Chisora, who was about to fight Usyk for a mandatory slot to fight AJ for all of his belts. So that is a good win, because Chisora, regardless of his 7 losses, is a very good fighter. A very good fighter. So you can't say this guy is a bum. Right now, I know he's currently ranked 15th in the WBC. I'm not sure where he places on the world scale, but I would imagine with the people he's fought, how he stepped up in his last 5 or 6 fights, he's probably a world top 20 ranked fighter. Outside of that, he's got 20 wins, no losses, with 13 knockouts. So this will be another undefeated fighter that Tyson Fury is going to fight, which is good. So, I mean, I'm not 100% against this fight. This is not a gimme fight. You've got a guy who's undefeated, who has beat a real true vet in Derek Chisora. So he could be game to win. He is on the smaller side of heavyweight, however, at 6'3", so he's not that tall. So again, I am not against this fight if Deontay Wilder doesn't want to fight Tyson Fury, if he needs more time because of his bicep injury that he sustained during the fight with Tyson Fury in that second fight. That's understandable. If you're hurt, you're hurt. So I don't look at this as like a total negative against Deontay Wilder. I mean, if you think about it, after the first fight, Tyson Fury didn't jump right back in there with Deontay Wilder, even though Deontay Wilder wanted Tyson Fury to jump right back in there. Tyson Fury took 2 warm-up fights. One of them turned out to be not so much of a warm-up fight, but that's what he did in a sense. So for all those who didn't really give Tyson Fury any flack, don't give Deontay Wilder any flack. So I kind of look at it as like a same thing, even thing. Where my biggest issue with all of this is this. Tyson Fury was talking all that stuff about not wanting to fight anybody else but champions, not wanting to fight anybody else but Deontay Wilder and then Anthony Joshua. That's all he was about. That's who he wanted. But when he was faced with having to fight Dillian Whyte before Dillian Whyte got knocked out by Pulev, he was talking about dropping the title. He was talking about that belts don't mean anything to him. All he needs is his lineal status. So this is my problem with Tyson Fury. Like, don't change your tune. Don't do that. Now you see that you don't have to fight Dillian Whyte, so you're cool with fighting somebody else that's not a champion. But when you had to fight Dillian Whyte, you was only going to take AJ if it wasn't Wilder. That's it. It's just, the more things that Tyson Fury does is the further away from him regaining me as a boxing fan of his. Like, I can't see myself being a fan of him, because there's so many contradictions, so many inaccurate things he says. And again, I come back to that second fight with Deontay Wilder, where he just kept doing dirty tactic after dirty tactic after dirty tactic, even though Wilder was already done. So how do I look at this fight? I do not hold it against Tyson Fury. I think it makes for an interesting fight, because when you've got a guy who's only... Sorry about that, guys. I'm driving and got a phone call and had to answer it. But as I was saying, I do find this an intriguing fight. It's very interesting because the guy is undefeated. He did beat a seasoned vet in Derek Chisora. And he does have 2 smaller titles, European-style titles. And I forgot to say this, the guy's from Germany, too. I don't think I added that earlier. So on that note, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think this is a good fight? I think it's a decent fight. I think it's a good in-between fight. I don't think he's a total tomato can. I think he can fight. So what do y'all think? Hit up the comment section. Let me know. Like always, I do appreciate each and every one of y'all, whether y'all sub, y'all do not sub. Just listening to my voice ramble and talk or get phone calls in the making of the middle of a video. I really do appreciate that. So when you comment, I try my best to respond to everybody, because it means a lot to me. So thank y'all again for listening. Have a good day.